Grand Theft Auto 5. If you haven't played it, you've most definitely heard of it. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the third highest selling game of all time, and rightfully so. But there are multiple issues with the game itself that I think I would like to talk about in this video. My name is Tucker, and today I'm going to be talking about the issues with Grand Theft Auto 5. But before we do that, let's start with the pros and cons of this game. Grand Theft Auto is more of a humorous game rather than a serious game. It's funny. The comedic timing and intentional jokes placed within the missions are a clear indication that this game is supposed to be satire. But this doesn't necessarily mean that the game is bad. GTA can be serious in its story missions when Trevor and Michael fight about the North Yankton job. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention our protagonists. Michael DeSanta, a bank robber / mobster, or whatever you want to call him, faked his death in a job quote-unquote gone wrong down in North Yankton and took all the money that they stole. He later then moved to Los Santos to live with his family and forget about the game / robbing life forever and retire. Franklin Clinton, a young gangster who worked for a dealership repoing cars for Simeon Yetarian, and Franklin eventually met Michael when Franklin attempted to repo his car. Trevor Phillips, another bank robber, actually worked with Michael for a long time until the North Yankton job, going under the impression that Michael has died, and later found out that Michael has been living under a name that was different than his last name, living in Los Santos. Trevor is more of a crazy person. He owns a company and flips his shit most of the time, but he is not a heartless monster and still works with Michael and Franklin throughout the story. Now that we know the characters, it's time for the actual pros of the game. The driving is new and fun compared to GTA 4's driving, which was all wobbly and weird to drive on. Has better ragdoll mechanics and better jobs to do. Did I mention that you could do a lot of robberies? And I mean a lot of robberies throughout the story. Well, you do, garnering over $20 million for each character at the end of the game after the Union Depository heist. Now, it's not that these heists are necessarily bad, it's just that these feel extremely scripted sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I love robbing people and getting money in the game, but it still feels like that I have to abide by Rockstar's rules within these missions, and I don't entirely enjoy the feeling that I have to do that. I would like to have more freedom within the story mode as well. And don't get me wrong, there is stuff to do in the outside world of GTA. You can buy fast cars, buy boats, fly planes, fly helicopters. You can pretty much do anything you want in GTA story mode. But that's the point. GTA story gets boring quickly if you want to just be in the free mode after you beat the game. It would be much more fun to play online with the right people, right? It's not going to come to much of a surprise to say that GTA Online was one of the most revolutionary online games in YouTube gaming history. Aside from that, it was fairly good, too. The heists were fun, not as scripted as the story heists. The character selection was fun, the clothing was fun to use, the gun selection was fair, only limiting the overpowered guns uses to higher ranks. Examples such as the minigun being unlocked at rank 120. Luxury houses that no one had seen in the main story. It gave you so many options in GTA Online. The car selection was bigger too, and the YouTube was the best back then when GTA Online had come out, in my opinion. YouTubers like Vanoss Gaming and Expert Thief were absolutely thriving on YouTube, specifically because of this crime game that everyone loved. But eventually, what had to have happened to GTA Online that shouldn't have happened? So let's get into the cons of GTA in general. I think we can all agree that the game is extremely scripted, as said multiple times in this video. Like, for example, on the boat mission where you save Jimmy, you literally shoot the guy attacking Franklin, but he doesn't die until about later on the highway. Another thing about online is the amount of power that Rockstar has given to players. More examples such as the fucking Oppressor Mark II. I actually hate that thing. Every time I'm in a public game, some high rank level rich kid comes and fucking blows me up. The Deluxo, literally a flying car with missiles, but if you decide to buy it excluding the missiles, it's actually quite a useful car. Now sure, the overpowered cars are a part of the problem, but another part of the problem is the fact that they are literally required in missions if you want to live. If you do setups for the Diamond Casino heist, you literally get to the point where you feel like you have to use the Oppressor Mark II. Not only is that not fun to do, for some small missions like getting cocaine or getting weed or selling weed and selling cocaine from the cocaine lockups and such, one of the missions for selling weed is having to drive 5 bikes to different locations. But after you get to that destination, you literally have no car or way to get to the other bikes. Now, it may sound like I'm complaining, and obviously it would be boring just to have a fast car and get to the other bikes, but like, I don't know. I feel like it would be less painful than having to find a slow-ass car. Did someone say slow cars? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Some of the missions literally require you to drive all the way to Sandy Shores and come all the way back in a slow-ass van. Ah, yes. This is fun. Now, if you want to dislike this video because it sounds like a hate video, but that's fine. But because it's not at all a hate video, I actually like a lot of what Rockstar did with this game, but it's just the pain that comes with what Rockstar put into this game as well. As said before, GTA is a great game. I'm not completely shitting on the game. I just want to say why I think GTA Online has a problem that they can clearly fix considering they don't want to work on anything except GTA Online. So please, Rockstar, fix your game.